Looking for peace in Yemen. The civil war that took place in Yemen had huge impact on it. Before the coalition began its attack on March 12, 15, the Houthis had forced President Hadi to flee to the southern city of Aden after temporarily holding him under house arrest. They have also taken over large part of the northern and central Yemen. The Houthis being able to take control of the country at first meant they were able to bomb pro-government forces in Aden and nearly took complete control of the city. Within a month, Saudi Arabia and United Emirates Arab, their allies on the ground, pushed the Houthis out of southern Yemen toward the northeast heart. Yet interventions or prolonged conflict have led to what the United States described as the worst humanitarian in the Middle East poorest country. Discussions. Yemen's civil war began in 1214 when Houthi rebels, Said rebels with the ties of iron and history of rising against the Sunni governments, took control of Yemen capital and largest city of Sana'a, demanding lower fuel price and new government. After failed negotiations, rebels seized the presidential palace in January 1215, prompting President Abdul Rabbu Mansur Hadi and his government to resign. Starting March 1215, the coalition of goods state by Saudi Arabia launched a campaign economic isolations and airstrike against the Houthi rebels with the support of U.S. intelligence and logistics. After taking Sana'a and the Yemen government, the Houthi-led Supreme Revolution Committee announced the general mobilization to overthrow Hadi and expand their control by driving to the southern province. Often Saudi allied with military forces loyal to Saleh began the next day. How did it start? The conflict is rooted by the failure of the political transitions that should have brought stability to Yemen following, and the Arab Spring uprising forced long-time authoritarian President Ali Abdullah Saleh, and the hand of power of this deputy of Mansur Hadi. As presidents, Hadi has tried to deal with variety issues, including attack by jihadists and separatist movement in South, the continued loyalty of security personnel to Saleh, and corruptions, unemployment, and food security. The Houthi movement, which campaigned Yemen's Shia minority fought disparities against Saleh previous decades to take effect due to weakness of the taking control of the president in Tokan had Sada'a, northern of the province and its neighbor area. The Houthi rebels, on the other hand, have received funding from Iran, the largest Shia power in the regions, while many of tendency of receive the Houthis active representative of Iran interests. Experts have pointed out of this necessarily on the case. The Houthis remain local Yemeni group with difference with the free unifications of experts believe that even though they receive funding from Iran, their agenda is almost entirely their own. As well as foreign involvement in the solution of the official government in January has allowed many extremist groups influence Yemen. AQAP, which a presence of many years is able to expand the territory resources after operating recently is ISIS. The group has claimed the possibility of the number deadly terrorist attack within the country, leading by wonder of the officially expand in Yemen. What are the prospects of solution of this crisis? UN-backed peace negotiations have made limited progress. The Stockholm Agreement averted the Battle of the Field Port City or Hodeidah, but there's been little success implementing of the recorded provisions, with including of exchange 1,000 prisoners or creation of the community. I'm very worried of the fractions of the prologue, including Saudi Arabia, Iran, and UAE, prolonged war conditions that deteriorated in lately 1219 had Houthis claimed responsibility to missile of the Saudi operations. Some experts say that viewing the two parties conflict explained by UN Security Councils is a productive given the fragmentation anti-Houthis involvement of foreign powers, and the Riyadh agreement sought renewed unity of the Houthi camp. Had this government a little leverage with Houthis involving more political parties and the civil groups to back to the government in the peace talk, level the playing field. Back to Quran. In a peaceful life, it is the needs of the individual human being. The Prophet Muhammad even sent to give the ground peace. By Surah Al-Hujurat, Ayah 10, say that the believers are but brothers, so make settlement between your brothers, and fear Allah, that you may receive mercy. Within all settlement agreement in Yemen has that none yet. There's so many factors that include it. One of it is because of too many actors that plays role in the Yemen's conflict, within the external factors and internal factors. The UN and all OIC members and all countries around Yemen sees this as one of the very difficult conflict. Too much problems and too much interest in Yemen makes their countries is one of the harder to take them into peace and peace settlement. We hope that all the things try to be as the best to give the best peace of humanitarian in Yemen and Yemen situations of the people of Yemen.